welcome to the Dog on the Pitch podcast. This is the second in a series of Euro 2020 specials that we're doing. And of course, I'm joined as always by the illustrious Dog on the Pitch Euro 2020 panel, handpicked by UEFA. How are we doing, guys?
We're doing well.
Not too bad, mate.
Guy, mate, all good.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Good stuff. I know we've got Ben Hart who's going to be joining us shortly. But we've got a lot to get through. Of course, we're going to be talking about Christian Eriksen, sadly collapsing at the weekend, and hopefully he's doing better now. We've had some bit more positive news today. Of course, England's 1-0 win over Croatia. Lots to talk about there. Toothless Spain last night, held by Sweden. And unfortunately, Dean's got them in the sweepstake.
I can't wait till we get onto the Spain topic. I'm telling you that for free.
All right. And someone scored a wonder goal yesterday. I can't think who that was against, but there was a fantastic goal we're going to be talking about again. And we're going to be previewing the showdown, England showdown with Scotland at Wembley on Friday. And we've got a very special guest to preview that game with us, and all will be revealed. But first, I've got to talk about some despicable behaviour at the weekend. And he's not here. First of all, we had Ben Hart decked out in his Euro 96 home England shirt, cowboy hat, vuvuzela going.
Yeah.
He was respectable compared to Mike Perrin.
Oh, come on.
3.5.
No need for that. We're all friends here, guys.
On the streets of Newcastle on Sunday afternoon. And then there was a picture that I saw on social media, Sparko, honest to tea, stripy socks. That same t-shirt he wore on the podcast last week, the pink one. And
that's true. Is that true? Have you checked? That's devastating.
Even
it's the same colour as my face right now.
Even more suspect, there was a toilet roll next to him. Can you explain yourself, man?
It's not a toilet roll. It is, and it's with us right now. It's a small Peroni gift box with a placed coaster, which I've stolen as like a table. That's where it was. So that my beverage is close to hand. You see, hair of the dog, the bitters and all that. It does look like a toilet roll in the picture. Maybe if you can share that later, I'll let you do that if you want. It's tragic. I felt awful, but very funny.
Well, you had a good afternoon. You enjoyed the game, yeah?
From what I remember the ball getting put through. Can't remember it hitting the net. Remember celebrating. Fantastic.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, what were people's reflections of the game? What did we think? I mean, England looked pretty strong, didn't they?
I'll take the lead on this one if you don't mind, lads, because after the first podcast, and I told you, there seems to be a lot of doubt. Oh, England is just going to let us down again, and all right, we only won 1-0, but we got our first win in the opening game of a tournament. I think all you can do is progress from there.
Yeah.
It just reeked of competence, didn't it? Which is just not like us. Just a formulaic group stage win, never in any danger. It was almost German.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're about to get hammered, I think. But
and as per usual, once the team sheet was named, even ourselves, we were a bit guilty of it, saying, why is he starting him and why is he playing? And the two people that got slated most for starting was Calvin Phillips and Sterling. Sterling scored the winner, and Phillips was the best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
So just by chance, could Southgate actually know what he's doing?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, he hasn't got a big squad to pick from, so he's picked the best he's got. Nobody knows who's going to play left back or whatever, but we've got a decent midfield has emerged. That's the main thing.
Well, the left back thing is strange, though, isn't it? We've got the PFA Players Team left back and Luke Shaw, and the Champions League winning left back in Chilwell, and he still went for Trippier, but fair play, did it work?
I actually put on my social media, I want to know what Kieran Trippier's got over Southgate to be getting picked over Luke Shaw and Ben Chilwell. He must have pictures of him dogging or something, because it's the only way he's getting picked above them two lads.
Well,
La
played
Liga
for
trophy.
Atletico Madrid, didn't he? You know, didn't they win the league? Didn't they win the league in Spain?
That's true.
In a defensive team as well. So, like, in a team that's light at the back, if he's good enough for Diego Simeone at Madrid, he must be decent.
Or would they have won the league if he played left back all season? I don't think it would have been the same.
That's a question. I like that. Stick him in goal if he's so good.
I think if Southgate had his way, he'd still have Ashley Cole running up the flanks, to be fair.
Oh, so would I, because he is, you know, he was Mr. Newcastle when he was married to Cheryl Cole. So, you know, respect where it's due.
Until he sent that picture of his pants to some other good bird.
Yeah, well, we've all done that in Newcastle. It's a rite of passage.
Oh, gosh, fair enough.
There we go. You've been through that, haven't you, Mike? Yes, I've got to say, I had to Google Calvin Phillips. I'd never heard of him. Came from
Really?
Did you think it was an underpants brand?
Maybe. You're in Newcastle. But yeah, I mean, unbelievable performance. And obviously,
I think it's safe to say he won't be playing for Leeds United next season if he carries on like that in the tournament. I can see it. I can see it. A big name coming in for him, really. If he's going to play like that, I wouldn't even mind my own club. If he's consistently that good, I wouldn't mind Liverpool taking him and replacing Bunyardin with him.
Do you think he's better than Henderson?
What a shout!
Do you think he's better than Jordan Henderson?
Henderson
as
towards the end of his career.
As a Liverpool fan, I'm going to say this. For Liverpool, Jordan Henderson is one of the most important players we've got in the team. And what he does goes unseen by other fans. The other fans don't rate him. Unless you're a Liverpool fan, you see the effort and what he does on that pitch. You won't. I don't think many people will rate him. But Calvin Phillips, I don't think he's that far behind already. I don't. And
Jordan Henderson has the massive drag factor of being from Sunderland. Mind, does he get over that, or
do you get over that? That's the thing.
Oh, man, I do. I rate him. I rate him a lot, actually. And that Roy Keane slamming him for being like just there to be good in the dressing room. I can actually see him being very good in the dressing room, and that 100%. Is almost a good enough reason to take him. I think he's. There's only
ever a handful of players that you see where you go, they will definitely be a good manager. They'll definitely go into management. He's one of them.
Well, that's a good shout.
He'll be a manager.
Talking of management, what I found rather amusing was that nobody's mentioned how Ryan Giggs is no longer the Wales manager.
Why is that? Why isn't he there?
Oh, I don't know.
Horrible man.
Apparently he enjoys the fisticuffs with the ladies. I mean, the specialist channels for that. I mean, which we've all watched. But the thing is, suddenly you forget, and it's like Rob Page is now the Wales manager. And I'm like, I remember when he played for us and he wasn't good enough. It's like, hold on, bloke, not good enough for Chesterfield is now international manager taking team to tournament. And then we looked at Scotland game. Liam Cooper's playing for Scotland. Liam Cooper, who comes from the well-known Scottish town of Hull, who, you know, we had him on the books as a schoolboy or whatever and sold him for $100,000, you know. So even rubbish teams like what I support have some you know, some interest in the Euros. It's amazing how it just turns up like
Hello, Ben, lad. Sorry to cut you off there, Roland.
It's all right.
Yeah, so we've seen the pictures, the cowboy hat, the Vivizela. Yeah, had a nice time on Sunday, mate.
Oh, of course I did. Yeah, I was absolutely hammered. So.
All right, and what were your reflections of the game? We've just been talking about Calvin Phillips, and you know, we've been comparing him to the Liverpool captain.
I think we're class. I think we look like a team that's going to grow into the tournament. To be honest, sorry about my dogs.
It's all right.
Never apologise for dogs.
Okay, right. Yeah, I think we look like a team that's going to grow into the tournament. To be honest, I think I watched it. I didn't really feel we were like in danger at any point in the game.
Yeah.
I thought we looked class. Like, I think the only changes I would have made would be I don't think Kyle Walker offered very much. I think I would have put Trippier on the. I know he's from Chesterfield. I'm sorry. Yeah. I would have put him on the right hand side. I would have played Shaw, and I think Kane. Was
He was quiet, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think Southgate should have played a false 9. Dropped him halfway through. Should have been a bit braver. But we still won the game, so it doesn't matter to me. Like,
yeah, almost German-like, we were saying.
yeah, well, just like Pep plays. Like, why not play Foden in a false 9? He's been playing a false 9 all year. So,
What do we think about that, guys?
I think De Bruyne helps that.
Yeah, we've got
The
Mason
thing is-
Mount, De Bruyne.
The thing is that you're saying about Harry Kane, but at the end of the day, he's still Harry Kane. Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, you can't drop him. Like,
he's one of the best there is out there at the minute, and like we've seen with Ronaldo tonight, he can be quiet for 85 minutes, and then he's one of them players that will walk away with 2 goals. He's in the same kind of player like that. He'll just pop up with goals whenever he wants to. So
don't take him off. Like, if he, you know what I mean? I just think he was playing in midfield for half the game. Like, do you not think? He was like, I was like,
he started doing that, hasn't he? Really,
yeah,
a lot.
I was like, what are you doing there, mate? Like, and the one time on the field, he nearly scored. Like,
the good thing about Harry Kane was he was in the Ipcrest file, and also the Italian job.
Yeah,
which I really admired about him in his early works, and now he's playing football. So you really can't knock that.
I thought he was great in Kingsman as well. It was a real big.
Yeah. The man who would be king. He was all right in that.
Yeah.
And what's one set in Newcastle? Michael Key. I can't remember.
Get Carter.
Thank you for the save.
Yeah, that's
What's that?
You're a big man, George, but you're out of shape.
All right.
Alf Roberts out of Coronation Street. Bang.
Would we keep the same lineup for the Scotland game? And I know we're going to be previewing it in a bit as well. What do we think?
Ooh.
Well,
I don't think you will. I think we'll go 5-3-2 to stop Robertson, because I think if you stop him, you stop Scotland.
Yeah.
All right.
I can see Kieran Tierney getting into the Scotland team for the second game, and I think that'll give Robertson more of a chance to push forward and be a bit more dangerous with his crossing. But as Michael's just pointed out there, if you stop Robertson, the game's won. Do you know what I mean? There's no real other threat in there. I don't.
We could look very silly come Friday night with this talk, but
we could.
It's how it looks, though, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone said Scotland was shit. Like, they had some decent. Like, they hit the crossbar.
They weren't terrible.
They weren't that bad. I don't think they were ever going to win, but I don't think they were that bad.
No, I agree.
The thing is, to me, they never looked like a team who were confident they were going to score. They always looked like, oh, we've got the ball near the goal. And every time they shot, you could see the player sort of change the angle of his foot rather than just lacing it. They were kind of like, shall I think?
To be fair, I don't know his name, but the centre half for the Czech Republic, he was brilliant. He got in the way of everything, every shot. He was just there. He blocked everything, mate, everything.
Yeah.
Just to answer your question with should we start the same team, I don't think we should. I think we should just be more attacking, because England have got the potential there to just go and batter these on Friday, and I don't want us to be having 2 holding midfielders. I'd rather have the extra on with Sancho or Grealish, especially. Like, I can't believe Grealish never played much, to be honest.
Sancho wasn't even on the bench at the weekend. How weird was that?
I don't know. I think I'm a bit suspicious of that. I think that's got a lot to do with his move to United. I think he's a bit distracted. I don't think he's got it. Because
I heard you found the big market on Sunday.
You heard it here first, folks. Ben Hart.
There you go.
Sancho.
Who needs Fabrizio Romano when you've got Ben Hart there? I saw a guy in Asda talking about it. So.
Oh, right.
No, I think I'll keep the same team. I think.
Sancho seen in Tesco's, Salford must be on the move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's not isolated. I caught him out. I'll keep the same team. I think what England's sort of midfield reminds me of West Ham's midfield.
Yeah,
and Phillips was like the Souček, free to roam forward.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can't drop Calvin Phillips after that performance.
Oh, of course you can't. No.
Oh, 100%.
And you can't drop Rice either, because Rice did a lot of stuff off the ball. Like, I think sometimes people forget. Like, everyone thinks about the top half of the pitch, but like Rice stopped a lot of play. Like, he broke up a lot of play. He was like the pivot. He started the pivot off. So, and do you know what? I actually thought Tyrone Mings, and you heard it first. I thought he played all right.
You know, you've just beat me to that. I was sitting here waiting patiently to say that. I was going to say after we all slated him. And then Tyrone Mings played well, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, we're playing Tyrone Mings. He just looked lank, but he just got in the way of everything. So that's his job. Did
his job, didn't he? Did his job. So just in other news, so of course, we've had Christian Eriksen, and he collapsed in the game with Finland at the weekend as well. And so have we heard any more? I think he was sitting up in bed today, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's all right now. He's all right.
Been talking. There's a picture of him and everything, not just like on the day, but yeah, smiles, interviews and stuff today. So says he feels fine. Says there's a couple of worries, and I can go along with that, saying he nearly died on the pitch. But great news, great to see him just alive, basically.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't think anyone's actually told him that it's the end of his career. I don't think anyone's actually said it to him yet.
It undoubtedly is.
At 28. Like, I know.
Although Danny Blind did something not similar happen to him. He was talking about that during the week.
Yeah, I know. It's just safety now, isn't it? Like Danny Blind probably shouldn't have played. Like, yeah.
Even Holland players might say that.
I hate to say this, but 10 minutes after the incident, Wikipedia actually had Eriksen as being dead. And somebody put the year he died, 2021.
Maybe it's just incredibly accurate for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, not dead. Maybe
just perhaps so.
Yeah.
Did you just watch it live?
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I had it. My first instinct of it was like I've been pulled up on this online for a couple of reasons. Like, but my first point of view, being first aid trained and defib trained, was the initial response from the players. You can see they were doing the best and what they thought was right, holding onto his tongue. But the position he was in, he'd collapsed and they left him in that position for far too long in my eyes. He ran in a recovery position. They hadn't got him on his back or nothing like that. So the arguments I was trying to have was, well, these players need to be first aid trained early. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of stuff that I was getting back was like the footballers, why didn't they need to be first aid trained? That is why, like, regardless of occupation, everyone should be first aid trained. You can save a fucking life, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean?
It's high level sport as well. Like, if primary school teachers are first aid trained, why don't they? You know what I mean? There's more chance someone collapsing on a football pitch where they're playing high level sport.
They'll be in training.
Of course,
more people are realising
football players do primary education.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
a
but
million pounds a week.
There's more chance, isn't there? Like, obviously, like, are you not going to feel the starting effects of a cardiac arrest because it's the first game in the Euros? He could be feeling a bit funny anyway. He's already running around. You might not.
The nation's hopes on his shoulders. He's the main player. Stress. I'm along with that. Yeah.
He might be sat there thinking, "Oh my God, my heart's been a bit. I'm feeling a few palpitations." But I'm just kind of shitting myself because it's the first game of the Euros. Like,
I still think his yard responded well, and you know, he held onto his tongue and stuff like that. But I just thought, first, you should be checking this in my eyes. You know what I mean? So, I mean, fair play. I'm glad Christian's all right because it could have been. We could have all been sitting here now going, I can't believe what I've seen.
Yeah, well, it's not just footballers. I think more people are learning that it's a good life skill to have. You say you're trained, brilliant, but people can fall over on a football pitch. What about everywhere else? It could happen anywhere, couldn't it? So it's probably a good life skill to pick up.
At home, I work in the hospital. I work in the hospital, and everyone was saying Australia is so lucky it happened there because if it happens at a hospital or somewhere there's someone who's CPR trained, that you've got a chance. But if it happens like even them couple of minutes,
something daft like 7% survival rate to 70.
Yeah, it's about getting the blood to your brain and everything. It's because you might survive, but you don't know what you're going to be after you survive if you don't have the blood to your brain. Like,
yeah.
Well, the footage as well, seeing his wife on the touchline and that. I mean, I was getting involved. That was horrible to watch that.
Yeah. I think they're a bit harsh on the BBC for that, though. I think that's really
I agree.
I think it's a hard decision to make in the moment.
But also,
actually, it was the Denmark, the Danish footage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when do you realise? When does the injury become an emergency? It became clear pretty quick. But they did cut away.
Everything's very simple.
Yeah.
But like in the actual moment, you're thinking, actually, this is I'm not saying it's a historical moment, but everyone will remember that. I'll remember that moment in years to come. I'll remember Eriksen.
Shouldn't be a witch hunt.
I remember when Mwamba passed out, for Bolton. I remember that. Like,
Yeah. Do you think that in the Bible, at Easter, Jesus had a defibrillator?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking.
They were doing
It's kept it from humanity for 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Should we buy an Easter egg for Christian Eriksen? I don't know. Is that too far?
I don't think it's too far. I just think it's too soon.
Yeah. Give it a week.
You reckon he'll be back for Belgium, or should I transfer him out in my dream team?
Absolutely get him out your dream team. He's not going to be back for.
Use are terrible. Use are bad. Now, to be fair, I posted one yesterday saying Andy Robertson, during his interview, said, gutted we've lost the first game and stuff like that. You don't want to start a tournament like that. And then Christian Eriksen went full Mr. Chow, but did you die?
Also, that match, like, what happens? Like, do they just call it a draw?
Yeah, they replayed. They carried on that day.
Yeah, they carried on that day.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was out that night. I don't know.
An hour later, they finished the game.
Oh, I was out.
That was a bit harsh. I mean, they should have, rescheduled it, shouldn't they?
No, I think the only other way they could go about that was just to say, right, 0-0 half time, point each. Get on with it.
I thought that's what they should have done, Space. What was the final score?
1-0 Finland.
1-0 to Finland.
Oh, so Finland won, yeah.
Well, they had to
that's not really fair, is it? I think.
Nah, they had to take the Danish captain off. They said he was in shock, and he only agreed to the game because his teammates wanted to play. And after 60 minutes, they had to drag him. He was their captain. He was their main centre back.
Right.
But
UEFA gave Denmark 3 choices. It was carry on, play it the next day, or forfeit it. Yeah, and he just went, right, we'll just get it done. But then Kasper Schmeichel done this big interview over. None of us were in the right frame of mind to play that game, and it was his mistake that cost them the game. To be fair,
should have gone for rock paper scissors.
I think just fight out, which was the hardest guy for each team.
Game of Thrones style, straight.
Yeah. Whoever wins. It's short as well.
All right, so we've got a special guest who is a Scottish comedian, Steven Youngson. So he's going to be joining us now, and we're going to do a proper preview of the England-Scotland game on Friday. So I'm just going to get him in now. Welcome, Steven.
Oh,
how are you doing?
Not bad, yourselves. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, good. Very good. Very good. And it was a great goal, wasn't it?
Oh, I can't fault it. I mean, it was a great goal. I mean, to be honest, that could have went anywhere. I mean, the curl on that was amazing.
It was just shit goalkeeping.
It was definitely shit goalkeeping.
I could have scored that. If I saw the keepers on the halfway line, just whack it. That's not.
Oh, you put like a bit of fade on it. It's like a golf shot.
Come on.
It was a curl. It was a bit like that. And
we're not a touch on Cavani's goal end of the season.
Oh, give it a rest, Ben.
So how are you bearing up, Stephen? Are you still hopeful for the tournament?
What do you call it? When you support Scotland or when you're Scottish, you kind of have got to expect Scotland to do absolutely terribly. You know what I mean? It's par for the course, to be perfectly honest. You're hopeful. It's like putting all your money into Dogecoin. You might win, you might become a millionaire. You might just think. You know what I mean?
Surprised. I'm surprised they never started Andy Murray up front.
He would have probably done better, if I'm honest. My theory on David Marshall was, I don't know if you know, but the Hampden pie is perfection, right? It's a good pie. I think he was checking the queue halfway up the pitch to see, because usually it's easier to get a pie after half-time, you know what I mean? So it was only 12,000 people in the stadium, you know what I mean, David? Like, there wasn't going to be much of a queue, pal. You could just have held off.
Actually, watching the Hungary game today, COVID doesn't exist in Hungary. You see that full stadium? Nobody.
You were doing the Poznan at one point, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like, whatever. We used to have the Russians in
Hungary. Like, I checked it at like 78 minutes and thought, oh, Hungary doing well here. Portugal aren't going to have a good tournament. Checked it like 4 minutes later, 3-0. How can you fall apart that quickly? Like?
I was hoping that it was going to stay 0-0, so it made me Spain result look better.
Yeah, so Dean's got Spain in his sweepstake.
All right.
And he tried to swap because I've got North Macedonia And yeah, when Spain was struggled yesterday, he was trying to swap with me, but no, I'm not having that.
No one told me Morata was a Spanish player, man. I wouldn't have been so happy when I got Spain in the street, like.
Yeah, he was awful. Bless him. I kind of want him to do well because he's so bad. He's just misses sitter after sitter.
There's rumours the reason he left Chelsea was because he couldn't finish a pot noodle.
You know Scotland's goalkeeper? Isn't he like second keeper somewhere?
Cardiff.
Where is it? Where does he play?
Cardiff, isn't he?
Is he Cardiff? Yeah. I remember reading like he's not like first team keeper, like
Dave
It
Marshall.
shows you the level we've got in it.
yeah. No, I was looking at the keeper thinking, but he's got to drop him next game.
To be fair, neither's the Welsh goalkeeper either, though, you know what I mean? I don't think he's even played for Leicester yet, has he?
Yeah, but sure, he's actually good though, you know. So.
We got 14 million for Danny Wall. He sold him to Leicester for 14 million. Wow.
So what do we think predictions for the game on Friday?
Friday, I'm going to go for 3-1 England.
Oh,
I'm going to let Scotland have a goal just because they've got Andy Robbo.
I don't want Steven feeling like he's being picked on. So.
What do you call it? As long as Yuri Geller's no floating above there in a helicopter this time around, willing that ball to bend out the road, we'll maybe get a goal, eh? Last time we played in the Euros in Wembley.
Yuri Geller, you missed it. That's what I was talking about in the last one, when the hand.
yeah. Well, this was it, because it was the McAllister penalty, wasn't it? Just before the Gaza won the goal, Yuri Geller was in a helicopter, and apparently the ball moved. I listened to a podcast with Ali McCoist, and he said the ball did move as McAllister was about to take it. So
you can see it. If you watch the highlights, you can see it.
He'd just been drinking.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's really Yuri Geller, by the way, but it definitely moved.
The ball moved.
Wasn't he spoons anybody was wanting to bend over, would you call it, Yuri Geller's head in Scotland after that result? We're like, a baseball bat, that's what you'll be getting, Yuri, if you come anywhere near me.
Why does Yuri Geller need a helicopter? It's fucking magic. Fly, you bastard.
If you can have it, like.
That was another one. That Gaza goal kind of divided a lot of people in Scotland, because he was playing for Rangers. Either right up until then or still with them. So like the Rangers fans, like, oh well, maybe I should celebrate.
I mean, that Gaza goal, it's overplayed, isn't it? I mean, how many times have you seen it during the Euros already? It's just like, just let go, just let it go. Now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I wish I was Scottish so I could hate it now.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's all right. It's all right.
I think England are going to win 3-1 as well. I think Scotland will score. I think that playing England will make a massive difference.
Yeah.
And they'll want to score. I think Scotland will score.
I think Scotland will score first, to be honest. I can see Scotland taking the lead and then giving them a kick up the arse.
No, I think we should just break the goalposts before the game. Let them have that. Just give them some Wembley turf and just look. That's what you wanted. That's the pre-match. Now we can have the game, and I think that England fans should boo themselves before the game, whilst the team do the hokey cokey, something like that.
Do you not think that every time the ball goes near Jordan Pickford, you absolutely shit yourself?
Yeah.
Like he catches the ball, and I would think he's going to fall back into the net. He's going to fall back into the net. Like every time he touches it, I'm like,
wait a minute. When did you see Jordan Pickford catch the ball?
Yeah, exactly.
I think he did it at Preston once, didn't he? Didn't he catch the ball? Maybe Sunderland. Was it at Sunderland when he caught the ball?
It was T-shirt.
He makes me so nervous. Now we got Ramsdale.
Mike, what do you think? Score prediction?
Oh man, I've gone for a hiding, to be fair. But Scotland have surely got to change it up. Why is Billy Gilmour not playing for one? Surely he's a quality player. And Che Adams up front, surely he's doing so well for Southampton at the end of the season. If they play, you've got more of a chance. Tierney as well, if he's back, it won't be. I've changed my mind immediately. It'll be close. 2-1.
2-1. Stephen's smiling and nodding. He knows what you're talking about. Okay. Roland, have you given yours?
Oh, a close 1-0 for England. I don't know any Scottish pubs in Manchester where I can go around and abuse people though, so it's kind of disappointing. I did go to a pub to watch the other England game and realise that all the pub prices have gone up ridiculously in the last year. It's like pint of bitter about £6 now. So I think I'll be staying and drinking lager at £1 a shot. You know.
Wow. Can I just ask something with Steven? Steven, if you would you have been happy? Obviously, it's a silly question. Actually, you'd be more happy if Scotland had drawn the first game, wouldn't you?
Well, probably, aye.
Yeah, a lot more happy. So the fact that Spain, I just want to clear the air about Spain here, lads, because I can feel you all waiting to get in there first about the Spain shout, so I'm going to beat you to it, right? Spain drawing their first game against Sweden isn't a bad result, because the most important thing is not losing your first game.
The thing is,
Thanks for rubbing it
Now
in.
let me have it. Now let me have it. Come on, you puppies.
did Portugal basically draw all their games in the Euros that they won though? Did they like only win on penalties right up to the last game or something? They drew every game in their table or something. So stranger things have happened.
Yeah, they went through on a stupid rule, didn't they? We were talking about it the last time.
Yeah.
Can be done. Well, you know what? I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Oh, it's classic England style. Drawing the second game.
Turn up for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to say, I did get the last game. I did call the Croatia game. I called 1-0. So
you did. You did. I remember sitting there, very devastated that you got that right.
I should have put that on. I never did.
Dominate overhead kick halfway line. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we wrap it up there, guys?
Yeah.
Because we've got a
Please
good
do,
game to watch.
France, Germany are currently killing each other again.
Well, thanks everyone. Thank you, Stephen, for joining us.
Nice one, Steve.
Yeah, Stephen.
And enjoy the game on Friday.
Yeah, you too. Hopefully it's a good game and not a doing. See you later.
Right.
See you later.